day, friends. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Franky, and this is the Think Tank. So, I'm thinking I want to touch base on Athena Strand. An arrest has been made, and the guy's name is Tanner Lynn Horner. A FedEx, he's a contracted driver. Now, he's been accused of kidnapping and unaliving Athena Strand, who was 7 years old. So there is a little bit of a timeline, so let's go through that. So around 4:15 p.m., Athena leaves school, gets on her bus, and they take her home. Athena shows up. She gets into a bit of an argument with her stepmom, and Athena just walks away. So not long after that, a FedEx driver comes and makes a delivery in front of Athena's house. And it is exactly that time that Athena disappears. So around 4:45 p.m., her stepmother goes to look in her room and no sign of Athena. She said basically she wasn't at first super worried because she just thought she was going to come back. Now around 5:40, she was starting to get concerned, so she got a hold of the Wise County Sheriff's Office, and it only took about 14 minutes for them to show up. But they end up staying and calling more people in, and the search lasted until 4:30 a.m. Thursday morning. So 7 a.m. on Thursday, they did issue an Amber Alert, and that is the time that this new search begins. There was literally hundreds of people joining all the different agencies to walk basically shoulder to shoulder through the bush looking for this little girl. Helicopters came in and they used thermal imaging cameras. They also used horses, dogs, ATVs, and of course drones. So around 2 p.m., with that Amber Alert issued, it comes out that they don't mean that there was an abduction, but if it gets the information out to the citizens, Sheriff Atkins says. Let me reread that. Around 2 p.m., an Amber Alert is issued by the Texas Department of Safety. That doesn't mean there's an abduction, but it gets the information out to the citizens. Well, okay. So then we get to Friday. They've been searching again, and about 2 p.m., they search that wooded area again, and authorities are very hopeful that they're going to be able to find Athena and bring her back alive and well. They have to look at all the possibilities in a case like this. So 7 p.m., law enforcement did clear the scene about 10 miles from Athena's home. After the search, Sheriff Atkins said Athena's body was found. It was just a few miles from the site, and sadly, they found her on the bank of the Trinity River. So then it came 10 p.m., and the sheriff announces that Athena's body was located. And the man was arrested. Tanner Horner. I don't like this individual. So, anyways, I'm sure none of us do. Let's see here. Shortly before 10, Athena's body was found, and this asshole was arrested. He was accused of kidnapping and unaliving her. They did say that they thought that she passed away about an hour after she went missing. So then came 11 a.m. on Saturday. The sheriff is telling everybody that who did not know Athena, they are saying Horner, who did not know Athena, or her family. It was just basically a happenstance. She was close, and it was a crime of opportunity. So, this is the kind of individual that we're dealing with. Another fact is this guy's a father. I can't put the two together in my mind. I can't. I have covered many, many cases by now, and I will never understand how someone can harm a child, let alone anybody else. So he is from Fort Worth, and the Wise County on Friday evening said the FedEx driver from Fort Worth has been arrested. So, yeah, he was basically making a delivery, and sadly, she was right there. Law enforcement did receive a tip that did lead investigators to investigate him. And he also said that Sheriff Lane Atkin and FedEx has been cooperating, like we discussed earlier. So now this ass is now in jail with a bond set at $1.5 million. So Athena was last spotted about 4:45 on Wednesday. She was on the 200 block of County Road 3573, located in Paradise, Texas. Her stepmother was the one who reported her missing at about 5:40. And this, like I said, was after she had made supper. She went to get Athena, and Athena was not in her room. So, like we were saying, they did get an Amber Alert out there, which is the best possible thing. Deputies and other first responders, it only took them, like I was saying, about 14 minutes to follow up on that 911 call. They searched that 600 acres, and we talked about the different, I don't know, the drones, the helicopters. They put everything into this. So from the beginning, it was a search accompanied by an investigation. But now they are transitioning it to an investigation accompanied by a search. So does that make sense to you? They've just basically turned it around. Police were seen on County Road 4599 Friday night, just after 10. So authorities announced that they had found Athena and they had made that arrest. They said that he confessed to the crime and he was the one that told them where Athena was. Her body was found about 6 miles southeast of Boyd. And as I said, she was found along the bank of the Trinity River. So Sheriff Atkins said he spent quite a bit of time with the family, and they did have a message for everybody. They wanted everyone to know that they appreciated the fact that we do care so much. They are totally devastated. They're angry. Their child was taken. It's the worst thing that could ever happen to anybody. So, like I said, Tanner Horner is from Fort Worth, does not seem to have any kind of criminal record. But something that is interesting is that he was an Uber driver for a little while. And for whatever reason, I'll see if I can find the part that says I heard he was harassing girls, but don't take that as gospel. That's just something I believe I've read one time. But yeah, they're saying that he had to be banned from the Uber platform. So yeah, Wise County Jail faces a capital murder of a person under 10 years old and aggravated kidnapping. Now, they're saying that the autopsy could take a couple weeks, so we might have to have a little bit of patience as far as this goes. They have, it's out in the middle of nowhere. they need time to process things and not they, I mean they seem good. They're not going to say anything until they know facts. So they are calling it a crime of opportunity, and FedEx did send out a statement, and this is what they had to say. Words cannot describe our shock and sorrow at the reports surrounding this tragic event. First and foremost, our thoughts are with the family at this most difficult time, and we continue to cooperate fully with the investigative authorities. At this time, any further questions should be directed to law enforcement. So that's that was nice. I mean, it is not their fault that this guy was a monster. That it's not their fault, and it does sound like they do some testing. So I don't know. I don't know. So Athena has been described as beautiful, kind, intelligent, and just the brightest, happiest soul you could ever meet. I think it's her family that has said this. I don't want her to be known as the one murdered and discarded by a monster. I want everyone to know, every single person in this world, that this is my baby and my baby was taken from me. Yeah, Athena's mom. So Athena's case and the trial against this, poof. So let's see, it could very well get moved out of the district due to all of the community knowing about this. So, they're saying, I do not want the bastard that took my baby from me brutally murdered and brutally murdered her to go to any city, town, or state, or without every single person knowing her face. In a separate post, she also showed gratitude to law enforcement and all of the volunteers that did help search for her little girl. Thank you for finding my baby. I know everyone wishes that this could have ended differently. And Athena's stepmother, you got your heart breaks for her as well. She thought she stormed off to her bedroom, but somehow she ended up in the front yard, and this is what has happened. So I really hope that she does not carry around the guilt of this on top of all the hurt that she's having to feel. So let's see here, he made that drop off. The driver had allegedly confessed to taking Athena. So that she was located, like I said. They're calling it a ditch, but it's basically a bank next to some water. And it is said that she did pass away about an hour after her. So I don't know, this poor baby. So like I said, his bond was set at 1.5 million. He doesn't seem to be the kind that would be able to pay that type of money, so there is that. And everybody is thinking of Athena's family. They're in my heart. I know they're in your heart. So let's just hope that this monster gets, I don't know, Texas has got a great way of dealing with these type of animals, so I support their conclusion if this allegation is factual. So guys, thanks again for spending this time with me. Thank you for listening to my story about Athena Strand. Share this out. Let everybody know what's happened to this little girl. There has to be something set where we can give these families a little bit of support and maybe find a way to prevent this from happening. So for now, I want to thank you once again for spending this time with me. I appreciate you, and I will absolutely see you in the next one. Bye.